Hi, welcome to the Yarny Bookkeeper here on YouTube. Today I'd like to talk to you about sales tax tracking tips for your handmade business. Specifically, I'd like to introduce you to the Income and Sales Tax Tracker workbook that I've created. I'd like to tell you a little bit about what it does and show you how to use it. For those of you who this is your first time here, I'd like to take a minute to introduce myself. I'm Nancy Smyth, otherwise known as the Yarny Bookkeeper. I'm a yarn addict. I've been a small business owner for 30 plus years, first with a bookkeeping business, and now currently with my husband, where I write, sell, and support add-ons for QuickBooks for the construction industry. I'm also a handmade business owner, just like you. My business name is Fanciful Things, LLC. I'm a professional bookkeeper, and I've been doing books for over 30 years. I have an associate's degree in accounting. I'm also a QuickBooks trainer, have been since QuickBooks version 1 in DOS, so I've been around for a long time. And during that time, I have helped thousands of companies set up their books in QuickBooks and learn how to do job costing in the construction industry, which really isn't all that much different than what we do as handmade business owners. But I'm not a CPA, so I won't offer you tax advice, and I certainly won't do your books for you. So enough about me. Let's talk about sales tax. Sales tax is a royal pain. We must charge, collect, track, and remit sales tax. Now, setting up a sales and use tax account with our State Department of Revenue is free and also fairly simple. Sales tax laws are different in every state. There are 12,000 different sales tax rates nationwide. You need to know what items that you sell are taxable and which are not. And then you must know what items that you sell are taxable and which are not. You also have to know the different sales tax rates that you have to charge. Now, everything that I am going to tell you in this little video may change, because right now, in front of the Supreme Court, they are discussing how internet sellers like ourselves collect and remit sales tax, and all of this could change. I have no details, and speculation is they're not going to make a decision until end of June, end of July, but it could have a huge impact on how we run our handmade businesses. And what I want to stress to you today is you need to put into place good bookkeeping habits for sales tax. So, because I'm not an expert in sales tax laws in all 50 states, I'm going to talk to you about my sales tax rules here in Vermont. Now, items that are shipped out of state are not subject to tax. Clothing and wearable accessories under $100 are not subject to sales tax, but clothing and wearable accessories over $100 are subject to sales tax. Everything else that I make, whether it's amigurumi or dishcloths or anything like that, those are all subject to 6% sales tax. Plus, orders shipped to or sold in 14 specific towns are subject to an additional 1% local tax. So that's a lot of sales tax just in my own home state. Now, accounting software like QuickBooks makes sales tax tracking easy. This is a sales tax liability report that QuickBooks creates based on my invoices. And you can see what I did was I created sales tax items for the different rates that I have to charge depending on where the sale is made to. So here, Brandon is a 1% local tax rate. Burlington is another local 1% tax rate. Then I have sales of items over $100, sales of clothing under $100, out-of-state sales, and then all of my other income to which I have to charge 6% sales tax. So just based on how I create my invoices in QuickBooks and the sales tax items that I use, QuickBooks will generate this sales tax liability report. It'll show me my total sales for I have to file mine quarterly. It'll show me how much I had in non-taxable sales. It'll show me how much I had in taxable sales. And then lastly, it will show me how much sales tax I collected and how much is due as of the end of the quarter. Now, when you don't have accounting software, well, things get complicated and tricky. You're charging sales tax when customers are invoiced through PayPal, Etsy, Craftsy, Ravelry, etc. Maybe you're doing things on multiple spreadsheets. Maybe you have no spreadsheets and are doing manual calculations. And maybe you just download a report from PayPal or Etsy and then go complete your sales and use tax return. Well, I'm here to kind of offer you some tips and to teach you about the income and sales tax tracker. Now, this is in Excel. Even though it's in Excel, you can open it with Google Sheets. And I've mimicked it to closely resemble the sales tax report out of QuickBooks. However, there's extra work. With the income and sales tax tracker, you're going to have to keep track of the date that your invoice was paid. You're going to have to keep track of your invoice number, and then you're going to have to keep track of your total sales price. Now, that's the sales price before any sales tax. And with that, I'm just going to kind of hop right over and show you the income and sales tax tracker live. So what I did was I created a simple master spreadsheet. This first column is the date that your invoice was paid, your invoice number, the sales price of your items, okay? That's before tax. And then I have these different sales tax categories, and I have different sales tax rates. And then I put in some simple totals over for tax collected and running totals along the bottom. Now I've created a sample page or worksheet, which I will leave in the actual download file so that you can see how I created the formulas in Excel, because I know sometimes that's, where everybody gets stuck, is creating formulas. So really the first thing you want to do is you always want to you want to set up this master, okay? And the way I did that was I have my total sales price. I have my categories of out-of-state sales, clothing and accessories under 100, clothing and accessories over 100. And I just realized I made a boo-boo here. See how easy that was to update? And here are my formulas. So if you want to see how I came and got the total of $175, you click on that 175, and this shows you the formula that I put into Excel so it would do the math for me. Excuse me. So now I have my total taxable sales. This is out-of-state sales. And now I have my sales tax rates. So I have clothing and accessories under $100 at 0%, clothing and accessories over $100 at 6%, standard Vermont sales tax at 6%, and then I have the categories for my local tax rates. Okay, so you're going to want to set your headings up in the Master tab, and then you're going to copy that page. Okay, and to do that, you right-click on the word Master, you choose Move or Copy, you want to create a copy, and then you want to move it to the end or move it after or before the sample sheet. Okay, so what that does is it creates a second tab, and now you just go in and you start entering your sales data. Now, I would update this every time I made a sale, okay? Every time I got money. And if you're using PayPal, you can just use your PayPal invoice number, you know, and really all you have to do, and I will add a line here. So I'm going to right-click so that all of row 9 is highlighted, and then I'm going to choose Insert. Okay, so now I could come and I could put in another entry, put in my date, put in my invoice number, put in my total sales price of my handmade items. Say it was, oh, I don't know, $75. Okay. Now I categorize it. What type of a sale is this? Okay, if this was a sale of clothing and accessories under $100, I would put in the $75 here. Notice how that dollar amount increased. Now I need to get my sales tax. So this is clothing and accessories under $100. And I'm just going to copy that formula down. Just like that. Okay, so I had no sales tax on this. But let's say that instead of clothing and accessories under $100, it was the sale of an amigurumi that I sold for $75. So now I want to come over here and I want to copy my formulas down. And to copy it, you come in and you click on the cell that contains the last value and you just drag it down. Now you can see that sales tax was calculated and the amount increased. And if you come all the way over to the end, again, you're going to want to grab this and pull it down. Oops. Didn't grab that quite right, did I? There we go. So you want to grab that and you want to pull it down. There's my $4.50, which was my sales tax, and now I have collected $24.10 in sales tax that I need to remit to the state of Vermont. Now, I realize this was just a really quick overview. It's kind of hard to demonstrate all of this stuff via a recording, but I just wanted to make you aware of the highlights. So that was the income and sales tax tracker. If you liked this tip and are looking for more tips on bookkeeping and other behind-the-scenes stuff for your handmade business, join our Facebook group. The URL is here on this page, or you can simply go to Facebook and search for Bookkeeping for Your Handmade Business. Come and join other handmade business owners who are struggling with the exact same things that you are. I am there. I check in every day. I do a live chat every Friday at 11 a.m. and I'd love to have you. So thank you very much for subscribing to my newsletter, and I hope you enjoy the income and sales tax tracker worksheet.